Have you ever awakened from a dream, haunted by the face of someone who has passed away? What if that moment wasn't just memory or imagination, but a divine whisper sent through the veil of sleep? Imagine if your dream held a sacred message of healing, warning, or calling, spoken not from the past, but from eternity. Are your dreams a message from God? Have you ever seen a specific person in your dreams and wondered what it could mean? Dreams are not just random thoughts or memories. They often carry deep messages. Many times they can be a sign from God, a form of guidance, a warning, or even encouragement. But how many of us actually pay attention to our dreams? How many of us try to understand the messages hidden within them today? I want to ask you a crucial question. What if God is speaking to you, but you are not listening? What if your dreams are delivering a message that could change your life, but you are ignoring it? This is the time to wake up, to understand, and to pay attention to the signs God is sending you, the hidden messages and dream signs from God. Most of us dismiss our dreams as mere imagination or memories of the day. We assume that dreams are simply reflections of our thoughts, experiences, or desires. But if we look deeper, we will see that throughout history, many great people receive divine messages through dreams. We often overlook dreams thinking they have no real meaning. But the truth is, some dreams are not mere coincidences. Sometimes God speaks to our hearts, showing us paths we might not see in our waking lives. The people, places, or events in our dreams may hold a purpose. God is trying to tell us something. We just need to listen. Do the people in your dreams a message from God? Have you ever wondered why a particular person keeps appearing in your dreams? It could be a close friend, a family member, or even someone you haven't seen in years. What does it mean? There could be several reasons God might be calling you to pray for that person. Sometimes God shows us someone in a dream because they are struggling. Even if we are unaware of their situation, it is a spiritual signal that we need to pray for them, offer support, or help in some way. It could be a sign of an unresolved relationship. If someone appears in your dream, it might indicate that there is unfinished business between you. Maybe there was a misunderstanding, a conflict, or something left unsaid. God could be urging you to make peace, to forgive, or to seek reconciliation. It could also be a symbol. The person in your dream may not represent themselves, but something bigger. For example, if you see a wise teacher, it could symbolize the need for guidance in your life. If you see someone sick or weak, it could be a sign that you need to take care of your spiritual health. Dreams reflect the state of your heart. Dreams are not just about the outside world. They often reveal what is happening within us. If someone in your dream makes you feel anxious, angry, or uneasy, it could be a sign that there is an unresolved issue in your heart. If you feel anger in your dream, you might need to forgive someone. Sometimes we hold on to resentment without realizing it. Dreams remind us letting go, and forgiving is essential. If you feel fear in your dream, it might be time to face your problems. Some dreams bring our hidden fears to the surface. If someone is threatening you in a dream, it could mean you need to confront something you have been avoiding in real life. If you feel sadness or heaviness, it could mean you need spiritual healing. Certain dreams show us that we are carrying emotional burdens that we have ignored. God might be telling us to seek peace, to pray, or to restore our faith. Dreams, in reality, are a mirror of our emotions, fears, and desires. If we pay attention to them, they can bring powerful transformations into our lives through God. God may be guiding you through dreams throughout history. God has used dreams as a way to guide his people, from Joseph in Egypt to the wise men who visited Jesus. Dreams have played a crucial role in divine communication. But what about today? Could it be that God is still using dreams to show us the right path? Absolutely. Sometimes, when we are uncertain about a decision or struggling with a situation, God sends us messages through dreams. But the problem is that many of us ignore these signs. We dismiss them as random thoughts or meaningless imagination, yet, when a specific person appears in your dream repeatedly, it is not by chance, it could be divine direction. Imagine you are facing a difficult decision in life, whether to take a new job, move to a different city, or even pursue a relationship. You pray for guidance, but you don't hear a clear answer. Then you start dreaming of someone, maybe a mentor, a spiritual leader, or even a stranger, giving you advice. This could be God's way of speaking to you. Dreams can act as a compass, pointing us in the right direction. If someone appears in your dream, pay attention to what they are saying or doing. Are they warning you? Are they encouraging you? Are they leading you somewhere? The message might not always be direct, but if you seek wisdom and pray for understanding, God will reveal His plan to you. Sometimes dreams serve as a wake-up call. Perhaps you are going down the wrong path, and God is trying to stop you before it's too late. Maybe you are hesitant to take a leap of faith, and God is reassuring you these moments should not be ignored. They are reminders that God is actively involved in our lives, speaking to us even when we are asleep. Trust God's timing, and His purpose. One of the biggest mistakes we make is trying to force an interpretation onto our dreams. We wake up from a powerful dream and immediately start searching for meanings on the internet or asking others for explanations, but God's messages are not always instant. Sometimes He reveals things gradually. In the Bible, Joseph experienced a series of vivid dreams that revealed his future as a great leader. These dreams promised him a position of influence and authority, but it took many years for those dreams to come to fruition. Joseph endured numerous challenges, including betrayal by his brothers, being sold into slavery, unjust imprisonment, and countless moments of uncertainty and hardship. Yet throughout these trials, God's hand was guiding him. The fulfillment of his dreams came only after a long and difficult journey, one that tested his faith and character. Imagine for a moment if Joseph had abandoned his dreams in the midst of his struggles. Believing they were nothing more than fleeting fantasies, he could have easily dismissed them as meaningless, especially during the darkest times in his life, but instead he remained faithful to the vision God had given him, and in the end, God's plan for his life was perfectly realized. Similarly, when someone appears in your dreams, don't be quick to panic or make hasty assumptions about the meaning. Dreams are often a way through which God communicates with us, and there may be a deeper purpose behind the appearance of certain people in your dream at a particular moment. In time, the significance of that person may not be immediately apparent, and the meaning might take days, months, or even years to fully unfold. What matters most is that you maintain patience and trust that God has a specific reason for revealing this person to you in that moment. The key is to remain open-hearted and receptive to God's wisdom, knowing that His timing is always perfect. If He is revealing something to you through your dreams, He will also provide the understanding you need. When the time is right, until that understanding comes, continue to pray for clarity. Seek God's guidance and trust that He is leading you in the direction you need to go. Direction 5, the incredible power of prayer when seeking clarity in dreams, is undeniable. When we experience powerful, recurring, or vivid dreams that leave us feeling perplexed or curious, one of the most important things we can do is pray. Prayer serves as our direct line of communication with God, allowing us to pour out our hearts, ask for wisdom, and seek understanding about the messages or symbols we encounter in our dream. Too often, many of us have strange, significant, or even profound dreams, but fail to bring them to God. In prayer, we may dismiss them, ignore their potential significance, or try to figure them out on our own. However, prayer is a vital tool in unlocking the meaning of our dreams, for it opens our hearts to God's revelations and helps us discern His will by praying over our dreams. We invite God's guidance, and ask for the wisdom to understand his messages, trusting that he will reveal the truth when we are ready to receive it. If a particular person keeps appearing in your dreams, don't simply wonder about it or dismiss it as a coincidence instead. Take a moment to pray and ask God for clarity. You might say, Lord, why is this person appearing in my dreams? Is there something you want me to learn or understand through these dreams? Is this an invitation to pray for them by turning to God? In prayer, you open yourself to receive divine wisdom. This allows you to move beyond your own limited understanding and invites God to reveal the truth to you in his perfect and mysterious way. In James 1:05, the Bible assures us that if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. This verse offers us a profound promise when we feel confused or uncertain about the meaning of a dream. We can simply ask God for the wisdom to understand it. God, in his generosity and grace, will provide us with the insight we need. But prayer is not only about seeking answers, it is also about preparing our hearts. When we pray, we align ourselves with God's will and open our hearts to his guidance. We allow him to show us things we might not have noticed before, even in the smallest details, like the dreams that come to us in the night. Though God may not always reveal the meaning of a dream immediately through prayer, he will give you peace, assurance, and the patience to wait for his perfect timing. This peace allows us to trust in God's process, knowing that in his own time, he will make things clear to us. There are times when our dreams are more than just messages of guidance or insight. They can also serve as warnings throughout the Bible. God has used dreams as a means of warning his people about impending danger, urging them to take action, repent, or prepare for challenges ahead. For example, in the book of Genesis, God used dreams to warn Pharaoh about a coming famine by revealing this to him in a dream. Pharaoh had time to prepare Egypt for the coming crisis. Similarly, in the Gospel of Matthew, God warned Joseph through a dream to flee with Mary and the baby Jesus to Egypt in order to escape the wrath of King Herod. These were not just ordinary dreams. They were divine messages that required a response, urging action and alertness. In these instances, dreams were not just reflections of thoughts or emotions. They were powerful tools used by God to guide and protect his people, just as God spoke through dreams in the Bible. He may also use dreams in our own lives to prompt us to take action or to prepare for what lies ahead. So, when you encounter recurring dreams or dreams that feel significant, don't just overlook them. Bring them to God in prayer and ask for his wisdom, clarity, and guidance in a similar way. When a particular person keeps appearing in your dreams over and over, it could be an important sign from God, signaling that he wants to bring something to your attention. There could be a deeper spiritual meaning behind these recurring dreams. Perhaps this person is in some kind of danger, and your dreams are God's way of calling you to pray for their safety and well-being. Alternatively, they could be facing a spiritual battle or emotional turmoil, and God might be urging you to reach out and offer your support, encouragement, or prayer during their time of need. On the other hand, these dreams could serve as a divine warning, advising you to be cautious about a specific relationship or an important decision you're about to make. While we often associate warnings with negative outcomes, it's important to understand that warnings from God are actually acts of love. He provides us with these messages because he cares deeply for us and desires to protect us, guide us, and keep us from harm, rather than dismissing or ignoring these dreams. It is essential that we take them seriously. If you experience a dream that leaves you feeling uneasy or unsettled, don't simply brush it off. Instead, take the time to pause and reflect on what it might mean. Seek God's guidance through prayer and ask for discernment to understand the message behind the dream. It can also be helpful to seek counsel from wise, godly individuals who can offer insight or perspective based on their own spiritual experiences. Most importantly, make sure you listen carefully to what God may be trying to communicate to you through the dream. Ignoring the message in a warning dream could mean missing out on valuable protection, wisdom, and direction that God is offering. but if you take it seriously and act upon it, you may find yourself on a path that leads to safety, peace, and clarity, aligning more closely with God's will. Divine direction, strengthening your spiritual connection through dreams. Dreams are not just random images or fleet thoughts. During the night, they have the potential to be a profound reflection of our spiritual connection with God. When we become more intentional and aware of the dreams we experience, as well as the possible meanings behind them, we are inviting ourselves to strengthen our ability to hear and respond to God's voice in our everyday lives. Think about it. If God is using your dreams to communicate with you, wouldn't you want to be spiritually prepared and open to receiving His messages with clarity and understanding? Wouldn't you want to cultivate a deeper sense of awareness so that you can recognize when God is speaking to you, whether in a dream, through circumstances, or in the stillness of your heart? Being in a place where you are receptive to God's guidance will allow you to follow His lead more faithfully and align your actions with His divine will. Here's how you can strengthen your spiritual connection through dream. Stay in constant prayer. Prayer is a vital practice that deepens our sensitivity to God's voice. The more we pray, the more attuned our hearts become to His presence through consistent prayer. You invite God into every area of your life, making it easier to recognize His whispers. In your dreams, a life of prayer builds a strong foundation for receiving His guidance both awake and asleep. Read the Bible daily. The Bible is rich with wisdom, and often the messages God sends through our dreams will align with His Word by immersing yourself in the Scriptures. Daily, you equip yourself with a knowledge of His truth. When you know the Bible, you are more likely to recognize the subtle ways He speaks to you through dreams. This practice helps to sharpen your discernment, allowing you to see His direction more clearly. When you sleep, keep a dream journal recording your dreams. In a journal is a powerful tool for spiritual growth. By writing down the details and emotions of your dreams, you create space to reflect and pray over them. As time passes, you may notice recurring symbols or themes that point to a deeper message. Praying over your dreams helps you seek understanding, and over time, patterns may emerge that reveal God's guidance and purpose for your life. Live a righteous life. Walking closely with God, living a life of righteousness and seeking holiness, makes it easier to hear and understand His will. When you live in agreement with God's principles, your heart becomes more open to His leading. The more you walk in His ways, the clearer His direction will be, including the messages He shares with you through your dreams. Living righteously isn't just about following rules, it's about deepening your relationship with God, which in turn sharpens your ability to receive His messages. Dreams are not mere mysteries or random occurrences. They are a precious gift from God. He uses them as a tool to communicate with us, to guide us, and to speak to our hearts. When we take our dreams seriously, they become a pathway to growth in faith, understanding, and intimacy with God. Final thoughts. Are you listening as we settle into sleep each night? God may be speaking to us in ways we never imagined, but the real question is not whether He is speaking, but whether we are listening. Dreams are often overlooked or dismissed as coincidences, but they can be divine messages when someone or something significant appears in your dream. Don't simply brush it aside. Recognize the possibility that God is using this moment to draw you closer to Him, to impart wisdom, or to reveal something important about your life or purpose. Take your dreams as an opportunity to reflect, pray, and deepen your faith. Sometimes the most profound messages aren't found in the chaos of our waking hours. They are whispered to us in the quiet moments of sleep, where our hearts and minds are open to God's gentle guidance. Are you paying attention to the voice of God in your dreams?